We're good. We're gonna start. All right, hey, so we have a quorum. We have 6 people here and 7, and the 7th is Heather on the phone. Hey, so the first is the meeting notes. I believe they were sent out on the email. This is approval for the minutes from the last meeting that we did in April.
Motion to approve.
All right, and then does anybody not want those notes approved? All right, unanimous, excellent. Hey, so old business, we put out a review of equipment requests to the fire departments. Rockville came back with a pretty good idea. It was, did you send this out on email to everybody? You can pass that around.
No, it's.
Okay, basically it's just it's a containment kit in a trash can that's got the stuff that they need.
And the price at the bottom.
Yeah, the price, it's about, I think if we buy 9 of them, 1 for each department, it would come to a little under $3,000, which is about where we want to be with spending money on that stuff.
So you don't want one?
I'll take it.
Yeah.
And again, it supports the fire departments, especially, the biggest spills we have are on the roads. And it supports them in working those issues.
And they can be used to ship the stuff where it needs to go once they clean it off the road, if they clean it up.
And so I'd like to ask you guys if you approve that. So if you second me.
I'll second.
All right, and then if anybody is against it, is anyone against it? All right, thank you. All right. The next was we put out training requests and we didn't really get anything back. And again, we're working with the fire departments to come up with getting a better understanding of it. I think we'll do better next year, especially after we run through some of this. I'll look at what we have for chemicals in the county. But we don't have any requests for training, but we're gonna keep working with them on that. The next thing I'd like to talk about is the exercise concept for 2024. We looked at a train derailment seminar, and where we would have somebody, we have two sets of tracks that run through the county. The one that runs down there in and around Lyford, and then way over in Jackson Township, it just nicks the corner of the county. Sandy's been talking to the railroads. We now know what they bring through, and we have some information we want to put out to the fire departments, some training opportunities online, and then work through that throughout the year to get a better understanding of how the emergency response for the county for some type of rail disaster would occur. And so we don't need to vote on this. If anyone has any ideas, your thoughts on trains, you don't have any up there, Marshall. Yeah. But if there's something else that you guys think is important, Jason brought up lithium ion batteries like we're seeing in cars. And so that would be something else we'd want to look at.
There's a brand new school bus sitting out at Park Heritage Middle School. They won't drive it because they're afraid of it.
Because they're afraid of
Afraid it fell battery.
it's an electric school bus?
Be a chance. Go out there, the old Trigger Run High School, it's sitting out there plugged in. Brand new. They got a grant for it. Didn't cost the school for a race for a dime. Not a dime.
But they're afraid to drive it, huh?
Last time I was told, it's still sitting, because they're concerned, because if the thing catches on fire, you have to let it burn. You cannot put them out. I don't care what you use, you cannot put them out.
All right, so that would be something that we'd want to look at also for some type of exercise or working through that. And again, we're going to keep talking to the fire departments, law enforcement, and EMS if they have ideas on what they would like us to focus on or to work. For new business, we have approval of the LEPC plan.
That's what this is, if you want to kind of pass it around.
And so the state did something different this year where they had us try to put the plan onto Tier 2. So Tier 2 Manager, which is their portal, their website, where you can put all this stuff into it, and then it keeps it and it kind of integrates it all. Unfortunately, they lost some software development people, and it's not 100%. So we still have our plan, and we're working on improving that. But right now, we need to approve this so we can get it up to the state to meet their timeline so we can keep our funding going.
Their maps are messed up on the program and they know it, and they said if we go in and approve it, they'll send it back to us saying it's their fault, the maps are not done and with it.
And so one of the things that we're doing is the seminar that we're gonna come up here on the, is it the 4th that we had it? I can't remember.
The
5th?
8th of November.
The 8th of November, is we're gonna go through, we've taken the work that we've done and pulled stuff out of that to kind of have a series of slides that show the fire departments exactly what's at the facility, what the contact numbers are. And we're gonna go through that at the seminar and push that stuff out, because I don't think you guys are gonna be able to use that on a site, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, it's kinda, and we understand that, and
I need something, I'm gonna call you.
yeah, we're gonna push folders out to them that have this stuff so they can keep it in the engine. They'll have paper copies.
It'd be helpful
Uh-huh.
if something major, if he has something, I have something at the same time. I'm not gonna have time to sit there and look at the paper. I'm gonna call somebody and look it up and tell me, hey, this is what's gonna happen.
So, you know, again, that's what we're kind of working through with our plan, and that doesn't support what Park County wants exactly, but we're gonna keep on working through that so that we can have something that's a little more consistent and organized. But that does keep us within the state requirements and keeps the funding going and the LEPC active. And so I do want to bring that up to a vote to see if we approve the submittal of that. We've already ran it by the state and they have told us that it meets the requirements. And so, all right, is anybody opposed to that or would like to discuss it more? All right, unanimous. All right. Hey, the next thing is the budget. Just want to let everyone know that we've got $3,700 from the state. That's our allotment that they give us, and we're doing pretty well with all of our amounts. You guys saw that on the email. The big thing is we're going to probably spend close to $3,000 to buy the containment kits for the fire departments. All right, training seminar. Hey, the next thing is, so Park County has about 24 hazardous material sites. We have the 2 railroads, we have a whole bunch of pipelines, and then we have transportation. We're gonna invite the fire departments in here on the 8th of November and have the chiefs in here and kind of go through each site and talk about what information they need and how we can better provide that information so that if there is some big fire at one of these facilities or there's something there, they understand what's there and we don't have the problem of a first responder going up onto a site and not knowing that there's lead acid batteries. And so that's what we're looking at doing for our training seminar on the 8th. We approved the expenditures for the kits. Indiana, and this is just the Indiana Hazmat Concert conference is being held. I don't think it really applies to any of us. It really applies to people who do the cleanup. That's just for your information. We will send that out to the fire departments and to law enforcement.
Yeah, we can email it.
And
As
then,
far as the supplies for the hazmat folks, that's with number 4.
oh, whoops, yeah.
That's for the seminar. Right? Hazmat
Yes,
and Park
yeah,
County
so we'll
folks.
probably spend the rest of that
That'd be
$27.69.
Supplies for the seminar.
Yeah, and we're gonna spend the rest of that $27.69 that we have left in office supplies on folders and sheet protectors to make those books. All right. Kenny, you're here a lot, so we got another question for you. Hey, what's the best way to administratively communicate with the fire departments? So what we're trying to do is just work on, we need information from you guys. Some of that information is kind of set, like the equipment that you have. Some of it changes with the status of your training that we need to put into our plan. But the big thing is we need some way to understand what your requirements are for training, and then what your requirements would be for like hazmat equipment and for information. And so we kind of have these requirements to talk, and we tried doing it over email, but that kind of gets lost. So would it be better if, someone from the committee went to a fire department during one of your meetings and sat down and we just had a quick discussion about those things?
I would say it'd be a good thing. I mean,
Okay.
I'd like to see you yourself off of mine, because we do a lot. We got the decon trailer.
Yeah,
We got tents big enough, we can put 20 cars in, no problem, for a decon. We got a whole trailer full, showers, clothing. Some of the stuff probably outdated, but
and well, that would be the thing that we would want to talk about is what do we need in a decon trailer? What expires? I mean, I've seen the other one in the county, and it's just, I understand it's hard on you guys. You guys got a million things to do to keep it going, but I don't know what's needed in a decon trailer. If you tell me, then I can. Jason gave me that list of stuff that he wanted for the decon kits that we bought like 2 years ago. If I have a list of stuff that people are looking for, I can go out and find it, but I don't know. That's the thing that we'd want to talk about in those meetings. And so we'll look at attending a meetings with the fire departments. We'll pick the 9-1. Sandy and I can kind of work through that, figure that out to do that communication. Hey, the next thing was the 24 calendar. We said Tuesday, right? So we're going to change the date, still Tuesday. So Heidi can participate.
Thanks. You're welcome.
Just for you. And so, if people have like better times or anything like that, just let us know. We're pretty flexible. We just would like to get people to communicate, or get people to participate in anything. And again, we're open during, you could call or email and stuff. We're pretty good about that. We're looking at our next meeting date being the 15th of November. I know that's not a Wednesday because we're kind of stuck just with how it all gets scheduled. Here at 7:30 at the EOC. And
The 15th's not a Wednesday?
the 15th is a Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
And so that would be that would be our fourth meeting. That would meet the state requirement for us to have, 4 meetings, 2 every 6 months. And what we'll do at that meeting is we'll go through the next year and kind of get the schedule down, get some of the stuff that we have to get done in January, and then we can kind of work through on figuring out a schedule to talk with the fire departments about getting requirements on training and information and equipment. Does anybody have any questions?
The November 8th training seminar, is that here?
That will be here, yes, yep.
7:30?
I want to say yes.
So 7 till 8:30.
7 till 8:30, okay.
8:30, we have an IDM person coming. So
Yeah,
maybe-
7.
so, if you make sure I have your email, I'll email you the information.
Put it on the sign up.
Okay.
And you guys are more than welcome to come to that. It's going to be fairly dull because we're just going to be going through, hey, here's the AT&T central office in Rockville. It has this much of sulfuric acid, which is a battery, stuff like that. And then we do need at least four agencies to come, so we get credit for it. And then, does anybody have anything at all? Anything they want to bring up, discuss? I was surprised Mark Maiden was supposed to come, but I guess something caught him up. He was going to talk about trains with us.
I don't have LAPC, it's just a good time for me to be.
Yeah, so let's just end the LAPC meeting. And then, we'll do the minutes, and then the next meeting we'll go through the minutes like before. All right, hey, thank you very much.